exciting episode of Top Talk on OPC Television, powered by Sundos Communication. I am IFEOLUWA.
And I am KAYODE.
Welcome you to another interesting discussion on this episode. But before then, we'll go on a short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, and we're still on Top Talks on OPC Television. This morning, we'll be starting by looking through some of the newspaper and what made the headlines for today. KAYODE.
Okay, so the Vanguard. Really tragic stories
right,
in the Vanguard this morning. So it's all about insecurity. Insecurity has really taken its toll in the Nigerian. In Nigeria, all over Nigeria.
Weekend, right?
So, insecurity in the South. Explosion rocks Governor Wike's father's church.
Yeah.
And we have another insecurity story here. Why Amotekun is going to be ineffective in the Southwest. So, Southwest, South, the North, everywhere. It's all about insecurity. So let me just give you a brief of what was said during this in this story. So he's talking about the stakeholders. Different stakeholders came to lay out their concerns about insecurity. We have the stakeholders like the Yoruba Council of Elders, the IFEOLUWA, the IFEOLUWA. All these leaders have come out, and this is what they said. They said the Yoruba Council of Elders said it is actually disheartening that for when the Amotekun when it was created, and they had hope that all this kidnapping, killing were going to stop, but unfortunately it's not happening. Then we have the IFEOLUWA stakeholders. They said the governments are underrating their role as stakeholders. That's why this Amotekun program is not functioning. And also from different farmers and all, they said Amotekun needs more empowerment. They said because of the federal government have not been able to really back them up in the state level, that this have not allowed, they are still contemplating if Amotekun should be carrying arms and ammunition. But they said the Amotekun, they need more empowerment, they need vehicles to just do their. So, okay, for the insecurity in the South, talking about Governor Wike's father's church. So, what I gathered from this this story was an explosion took place in the church. So, about 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. on Saturday, 8 p.m. on Saturday, about 3 suspected guys, they entered into the church, and at first they thought maybe there was a program that was supposed to happen, but they saw some suspicious looks, and it was like these people were not comfortable. They were just, and in about some minutes they had an explosion. But because they had already known that these people they were looking suspicious, so they were able to apprehend them. But unfortunately, one of the men was shot, but he's still undergoing treatment. Yeah. And also, they're talking about one woman, a latest update that just came in, I think on Saturday, that butchered, I would say butchered, because if you see the state of her mother, she butchered her mother. So they are still contemplating maybe this. They were like, this incident is not normal, because a normal person would not just do that.
Okay. Well, on the front page of Daily Sun, we still have the same Black Day in Borno. 43 farmers killed by Boko Haram buried. UN, EU condemns the attack. Terrorists control many parts of Borno, Zulum, Lawan. Northern governors flee killings. Food crisis looms, experts warns. I think it was on Saturday, right? Yeah. We woke up to, I think it happened on Saturday then. We actually had the news of the 43 rice farmers that were killed. And funny enough, according to the story, those were the bodies that have been found. So it means some bodies are still missing, and some people are even still missing. They don't know if they are dead or if they are alive.
Based on this
insecurity issues, of course, insecurity issues. And there's gotten reactions from a lot of people, from the survivors to agricultural unions to security agencies to independent body like the Odua People's Union. A lot of them have actually come out to give their reactions concerning these things. Food crisis loom because, according to the story here, if farmers are not protected, if our farmlands are not protected, then there's no security for food. We are going to experience scarcity of food.
No one wants
Especially, nobody wants to go to a farm when their security is not certain. And looking at the fact that I think throughout this year, Nigeria has actually been farming, we'll be producing our rice.
Yes.
So you understand? And now this type of things happening might actually threaten, the consistency of that, and also the what are they called? Odua People's
Union.
The union, yes, Odua People's Union. They said our security situation in Nigeria has been colored with nepotism, socialism, and lack of competence. Rising from a summit, they had a summit during the weekend, and they said, it's caused by nepotism, socialism, and a lot of that, and incompetency on the side of our security agencies. And a lot of people had actually been calling that our chief of staff should actually resign for younger generations to come in.
I think we did one story on
Yes, on Monday, yes. One of the northern elders also called for that. But I kind of feel like, is that really the solution? We should actually mount on pressure on those in the executive, the presidency, the House of Senate, and all of that. So they're the one who can ask them to step down or actually beef up our securities. And also, on this other side, says, stop using Ojukwu pictures for campaign. Bianca wants politicians. And she was talking specifically to All Progressive Grand Alliance, that's APGA, that from henceforth, they need to just stop using her husband's picture for their political campaign. Because at the end of the day, they are not following his legacy. And they actually, when they win, they don't show enough appreciation that yes, we won the election because we were able to push this person. Yeah, so she's calling on them and saying, you know what, guys, just stop using your husband for political campaigns.
Okay.
So that's what we have on.
Okay, so business news.
You're doing that, yeah.
It's a really, really nice one. I think it gives Nigerians a level of hope. They said it's written here that 25 million Nigerians to own 5 billion solar system that will be raised at 4,000 naira monthly.
Okay.
It's like this is the prayer of every Nigerian. All these generators that we are on in the
But why does it seem so unbelievable?
But yeah, because of the promise. This is the promise and failed government. Sorry to say, because you lay down, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and you will not do it. You get these are manifestos that you say, okay, just to gain the people's trust.
Security within 1 year. Boko Haram will be an history.
Talking about children feeding, primary school children. How many months?
Solar system to own 5 million. So what of 4,000 naira? Just 4,000 naira. Wow.
It's really nice. If this can
actually happen, yes, definitely.
It's really nice. So that's it.
Especially experiencing the blackouts the nation has experiencing lately due to the electrical issues that happened recently. So yes, this is where we actually end for the newspaper reviews, and when we're back, we'll talk about today's topic. Please stay with us. Threw the whole nation into mourning this weekend. It was a really sad story. And now saying that Nigeria is actually ranked third terrorized countries in the world, global terrorism index. And just Saturday, 43 rice farmers were actually beheaded in their farm. And according to the news, all the bodies have not even been found. Some people are still missing, so they don't know if they are dead or if they are alive.
What I like about this issue is that everything is just centering about under terrorism.
Terrorism, yes. Even the headlines, all the headlines is related to it.
As friends, when I first looked at this data, I was first shocked. But reading, and I was trying to gather information. It's like, how are we with Afghanistan and Iran, and the next is Nigeria? How is it possible? Then I now came into contact with, there are 4 terrorist groups in the world now. And we have the first, Boko Haram. we have the ISIS, we have the Taliban, and we have Fulani.
Boko Haram.
Fulani military. The Boko Haram and the Fulani military are the two people
that deals with
dealing with Nigeria. So
yes.
and then I still understand that yes, this thing now is a very
serious
issue. The only reason why we are not getting much view about this terrorism and is because number one, these things are not happening to prominent people. They're happening to civilians. Like I'm still wondering why they've not evacuated people from Borno. You know, every day.
Yes, according to the news, in the past 10 years, as in the past one decade, Borno State has actually been experiencing consistent, attacks from the Boko Haram sect. And I'm still wondering why people are still in those places. Maybe they should just take them out or something, and then there should be a serious military intervention in that place. So you understand?
Another fact I got from there is that Nigeria ranked third. They have 8.314 scores all over the world. And I looked. Okay, I said the major issues we had before was the Fulani herdsmen and Boko Haram. But we are still seeing that the Fulani herdsmen, the crimes they have been depreciating. I think they have been able to tackle that. But in 2019, we had almost highest cases of Boko Haram. Okay, now see, from 2018, Nigeria accounted for 13% of terrorist-related deaths in 2018 all over the world. In this year, 2018, we had a 33% rise in the number of fatalities compared to the year before. A whooping number of 2,040 deaths. Oh God. 772 injuries.
And I kind of feel like these things are not so, maybe because it's happening in the north and down here in the east and in the southwest and all of that, maybe because it's not close to us, we don't know the gravity. We don't know how much.
In Nigeria, it's 562 terrorist attacks in Nigeria. And we have governments that are campaigning for 2023 election. The one on ground now, you've not even solved it. You've not solved this thing.
Looking at security was actually one of the major things this present administration had in their manifesto, and we're having so much hopes that when these people come into power, there's going to be a change in our security sector. But
let's look at
it seems like the past 5 years has been one of the worst.
Let's look at the geographical location where Boko Haram attacked. They attacked Cameroon. They attacked Chad,
Niger Republic,
and Nigeria. And these four countries, they cannot come together and look for a way of stopping this. It was almost done, I think. Chad, to some extent, they were able to defeat Boko Haram. I think during the lockdown time. But the same mistake that they have always been making, they still made another mistake, and these people, they were able to come back, and they said taking out.
I think when during the mass burial for the 43 rice farmers who were buried during the weekend, the governor of Borno State said he was actually calling on these countries, that's Niger, Chad, Nigeria, and Cameroon, that they have to come together to build like a coalition, a military coalition, whereby they come together to actually combat these people. You understand? And I felt like that's actually a good idea if Nigeria can actually push for it. If Nigeria can push for it to the other nations that are involved in this, that look, let's come together, let's have a coalition, let's bring our military forces together, our intelligence forces together, let's see how we can combat this thing, at least to a minimal level. Not that they just run into a farm or into some houses and harmless civilians, It's disheartening.
He said these people, their location is the Sambisa forest. We know, and we are very aware that the Sambisa forest is not just one small forest. It's a
large landscape.
Very large landscape. What would it take the Nigerian government to use the satellite coverage around that area, if there's even any in that place? These things, they are not easy things to do. But this thing should have been since 2014. I knew I was 2014, and over 6
A
years
lot,
now.
a lot needs to, a
And
lot
these,
needs to be
these
done.
terrorist attacks, they take a toll on the government, they take a toll on the people, they take a toll on our economy. You know,
Yes.
everything impacts
Everything,
they have
yes.
effects
Yes.
in everything.
Yes.
You know, we have, okay, growth effects.
Mm-hmm.
A country that is terrorized, nobody wants to invest in the country.
Of course, no, and nobody wants to come for tourism.
Just last week,
Nobody wants to leave their country
just
and
last
come
week,
here.
a foreigner was killed in Ekiti.
Mm-hmm.
A monarch was killed.
Yes.
In Ondo.
In Ondo.
You understand? There's no way that it's even safe. Even in the
Southwest that we think is
that we
safe.
think is safe. It's not even safe again. It's not safe again. Foreign direct investments. People cannot come to invest, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
People cannot come to invest because they are saying, if you places whereby they are disturbed by terrorist attacks, why do I need to go there? Farmers, how many farmers were killed? No,
43.
43 farmers. Farmers are being killed. What's the guarantee that if I go there, I'm not even going to die? No death of civilians, and there'll be famine. Like you said, now 47 farmers died. Nobody wants to go and farm again.
Before.
So they'll be farming.
They'll be scared. I think in that particular village where such a thing happened, at this point in time, like till the end of the year, I'm sure nobody will go to the farm. Nobody will go to the farm because they are going to be scared. Like, if I go to the farm, what's the security? What's the assurance that I will come back? What's the assurance that when I'm moving on the farm, something else is not happening now? You know, and the governor said when he was talking to journalists during the weekend, the governor of Borno State, he said the people are not, they don't feel secured in their home. They are scared that if they are home, hunger would kill them. Then if they are outside, their security is not certain. So he was saying it as if he was throwing it out to us that our people is not safe at home. They are not safe in the farm. Okay, who is to secure them? Who is to give them security? Because, you know, a lot of times people who are saddled with the responsibility of carrying out these things, they come and they start talking as if we need a messiah.
I'm telling you.
As if we need somebody that will come from the beliefs to do these things.
This is something that we can do by ourselves. This is Nigeria, for Christ's sake. It's not a small country. It's something that our army, the strength of our army is top notch. What's really stopping us from getting these people and getting everything done? We cannot be having fatalities every single time. People are not safe. Gombe, Kaduna, Borno, all these places just was not about 3 months ago.
And Ekiti, even the Southwest, Ekiti has had their own first year. Ondo, just walking to the farm. You know how many times what's the name? His farmers. His name skipped my head.
Just last week, we talked about a monarch that died.
Yes, I think it was during the week. Yes,
just on with him and his personal driver going on the road.
If such a person can be killed, we imagine who is really secured. Who really is secured. And you know, the fact that the federal government, when situations like this happen, we kind of just want you to come out immediately to tell us this has happened and this is what the government is doing. It gives us a sense of security, a sense of, okay, I think there are people watching on us. Sure. There are people, but you know, it just happens that you see it on social media, the news. Later on, before you start saying, okay, I kind of feel like, why is it Twitter that our ministers and special advisors, they now used to pass information? Like, hello, people can always come to the terrestrial TV and speak to us. We have NTA, but you just come online and one person will tell you the government is doing this and that, and you're like, excuse me, are we to now go to, yes, Twitter is a platform, but people can always come out, on national TV. It brings so much.
The same Twitter that they want to sanction.
Exactly, it's the same Twitter they want to sanction, and that's why we now get to see our special advisors and some ministers and communities actually come out to speak. It makes us feel like they don't take us serious.
They don't actually.
It makes us feel like, they're not taking you guys serious, so just go to Twitter and just address these issues.
Because there's no consistent bombing in Abuja and in places like Lagos and places like the Southwest, and that's why we all feel comfortable. These things can happen to me and you.
Yeah, of course.
We could have been in that situation. We are just so lucky that it is not yet.
Definitely, it can happen. I think that's one thing that average Nigerians to have in our mind, that we see the north like there, up north, as if that's where those things can happen. But the truth remains, if it's not properly managed, it can happen here. And the moment it crossed over to the southwest, I mean, the country has been surrounded by this, sect. So I feel like it's high time for everybody, just as we all raised our voice during the fight against police brutality. We should also we paid attention to the NSAS protest and a lot of that, got a lot of reaction internationally and locally. We need to give that same energy to insurgency.
That's the problem with this terrorist stuff here, because of there's no predominant international media coverage.
Yes, exactly. And we need international interference as well. I mean, probably just work with some intelligence organization outside and all of that.
Investigation and all. If not for CNN brought out their investigation, they could have still been going on.
They're still saying the Nigerian government said it will be sanctioned. Okay, so in between this, somebody wanted 1 million naira to actually clear the national stadium in Abuja. He wants to cut grass. No, certain things happen and you're just like really grass. It's 1 million. Anyways, it's been a very interesting discussion, Kayode, a long and very sensitive one, and we just hope that we send love and our prayers to the families who have lost anybody. We hope they find those who they've not seen. We hope they are alive, and we hope an end comes to this thing in Nigeria, and the Nigerian government needs to wake up to their responsibility.
Definitely.
This is where we say goodbye. Trust you have an amazing week. And from I and Kayode will always be here to bring back interesting discussion. But for now,
bye-bye.
Bye.